Cool about being at the New School University and at the Actor Studio Drama School was that James Lipton would show up all the time. His main concern was the students. So he wanted to further people's careers. It was a career building project as well as it was learning academically and getting an MFA. So the idea was like self-control, in a time of hysteria. But he knew it would be difficult, so he'd show up in the middle of a class and sit in. He'd be sitting there. It was creepy. To us, it was kind of like if James Dean walked in, with his pen and paper or whatever he had, and was making notes. So everything would get kind of eerie. But also the students kind of rebelled against him a little bit. In cohort 8, they did. There were some meetings. We'd have meetings so we could have... voting. We voted for, we wanted certain amenities, for the school. We wanted more than what they could offer. And this is a school that was televising a classroom. Well, we were audience members, but we were still being televised. Well, it was cable television, still television. And we couldn't really ask for any more. But the school did have some issues because there were some protesters that were actually protesting the school at the time because of the area of anti-commercialism, not really capitalism, but it was more like anti-corporation, like Occupy New York. So this is when Occupy New York first started coming about. It was around September 11th of 2001. So you'd go to school and you have to walk through these protesters that were protesting your school because they thought your school was kind of like a workout gym, which we didn't have a workout gym at our school. We had a library and we had classrooms, but there was no workout gym. I think they have one at Pace now. At Pace University, they have a track they can run around. And you'd walk through the protesters because you didn't want to miss class. You didn't want to miss your shot. If you missed class, you'd be released. You couldn't miss too many classes or they would... they'd let you go. Now, 9/11, I did miss class that day, and I woke up late. It was the only day, the entire time, that I woke up late, and the buildings fell. My alarm clock was not loud. It was not loud enough because I'd be up all night reading and memorizing lines and doing tongue twisters and just eating. I ate soy butter. It was like a peanut butter. It's kind of like tapioca pudding. I'd eat a lot of that. But, give me a second. Let's see here. Sorry about that. I'm going to put everything in the back seat because my trunk is broken. Let me see if I can fit everything. So you've got 2 different orders, right? Let's get it from the red. Let's see how we do this. Put Jennifer in the red. Thank you. Red. Let's see. We'll put her in this one. Fight. She likes to fight. Warling. There we go. She will be in the red. Then, what we're going to do, let's put her in a little red. Be a little red. She's got one right here. And fight with this one. Fighty, fighty, fight. There we go. Just like that. Jennifer's in the red. Anyway, it was a great day. It was a great day. I always remember that day and how nice James Lipton was to all students and how much he cared. He did give me some advice when he was kicking me out. So when he suspended me, he did give me some advice because I poured paint in a washing machine that belonged to this woman that was like a dancer or something. I poured a bunch of paint in the washing machine. Her clothes were in there. I kind of wish I wouldn't have done that, but I had to shoot myself in the foot somehow. So he allowed that to be a reason for me to earn the respect to be suspended. He didn't expel me though. He suspended me. He said, well, Cole, I want you to go back home and get some professional help. And I said, all right, because I figured they'd arrest me for destruction of property. I was hoping they wouldn't, but I had to go to that meeting no matter what. And I did go to that meeting. I didn't skip it. He summoned me. He called me into his office, and I went and faced the news. There were other people in the office too. There was like 3 or 4 other people in the office. And he says, I'm going to have to suspend you. And I didn't feel like a big emotional wave hit me. I thought, this is my chance. I can be an actor in New York City. I'll just, find a way to, there was a black guy there too. He was head of some department at New School University at the time. This was 2002, right before summer. It's like, this is it. I'm going to be an actor. I'm going to actually be able to do it. I got a place. It's my dorm room. And man, I was pretty happy because I was going to be released from school, and then I was going to be able to audition right there on Broadway and land a couple plays and be the next Dustin Hoffman kind of thing. This is my chance, I thought. He said, well, we're gonna suspend you. We want you to go home. In my mind, I was like, I'm not gonna go home. I want you to go home and get help. And as soon as you get help, get in touch with us, and we'll readmit you, or pretty much is what he was saying. We'll take you back. I said, okay, fair deal. So he asked me, because with the washing machine thing, I said, I don't know what you're talking about. So I lied. And I did it. I had to confess. And so he knew I did it. So anyway, he was right. And so I decided, well, I got in big trouble. Now I'm suspended. So right then, as Lipton was done speaking, and Lipton saw that I was kind of excited, because all I was thinking about was my dorm room, getting on the phone, getting those auditions set up, using all my time just to audition and be as an actor or musician or whatever came out. However I was going to become a star, I was going to do it through that dorm room because I had the telephone, I had everything ready. Right then, the black guy was sitting right there. He was the head of the department. He had kind of an African accent. He said, this is how he said it. Since you are no longer a member of the Actor Studio Drama School and the New School University, that means that you are no longer able to stay in the university dorms on 38 East 21st Street, room number 5, whatever, New York, 10011 or 10, whatever. That means that you'll have to move your stuff out. And then immediately I went from happy to, oh crap. Just because I thought, well, I'm getting suspended, everything's going to be okay, I'll become a movie star out of my dorm. Nope. You'll have to find your own place. And that's when I went SHIT. And I took my stuff and I moved into the Riverside Motel, which is right over there. I think it's by the Hudson, one of the rivers, the East Rivers. I don't remember. I have to look on a map when I do that. But it's by one of the rivers. The Titanic survivors stay there. Spike Lee at 25th Hour shot there, and I think Angry Itch shot there too. There's some movies that filmed there. It was called the Riverview. They changed the name of it and redecorated the whole motel. So it disguised the name of it, but it's called the Riverview. It was back then. And it was about the size of a closet. And it had one little tiny television in it, and you could barely open the door to get in. It was very small. And then they also remodeled it. It looks really nice now. There were shower rooms. So I still jogged and stuff because I jogged every day. So I'd go jogging, get in the shower room. I did that for 2 days. And I called my mom and I said, nah, I'm going back. Forget about it. They are so selfish. They are selfish motherfuckers. They weren't just going to give it to me. And all while Bradley's getting ready for hot, wet summer in Hawaii. Getting ready for Alias with Jennifer Garner. Man. And I'm staying at the Riverview for $40 a night. But I did get in a play. So while I was at the Riverview, I landed a job at the 13th Rep right there in Soho. And I did a play there. It was called Without Consent. And just like the Red Hot Chili Peppers said, life is not a read-through. Right, Anthony, whatever your name is? Real selfish. I think they should just be sued for being selfish. They got all that money. They know I'm talented. They know I'm better than Bradley Cooper. They even said it. They even told me I was a better actor than Bradley Cooper. A lot of them did. And since they knew it, then they should be sued so that we can get funding and make our movies and to prove that we are better than Bradley Cooper. I'm a better actor than Bradley Cooper. I'm going to write a song called Shallow. I'm crying. Shallow. Lady Gaga, you want to help? See, I'm better than Bradley Cooper. Enjoy your chicken. Chicken, chicken, chicken. Stop being chicken. Chicken, chicken, chicken for you. Billiards in bar. Listen, don't get it wrong. I do want supporters. I want supporters. I want people to subscribe. I want to start this career in what I do. Now, some will debate, is it acting? Well, yeah, you breathe, you exist, you're in the moment of what it is, then it's acting, okay? Is it music? Yeah, you pick up an instrument, you sing la la la, then it's somewhat music, okay? So there's some music. Is it a film? Hell yeah. Could it make it to Cannes or Cannes in France? Sure. Because it's cinema, because it's a moving motion picture. Okay, you don't have to use a 35 millimeter camera to tell a story. It's a cool Halloween outfit right there, the Joker. You don't need that. All you need is what's inside of you and your spirit. You know, you just need to be able to open your mouth up and say what you need to say.
The customer requested you leave the order at their door. They added the following instructions. Leave at my door.
I think it's that one right there. Kind of like Ed Wood kind of stuff. Remember that Ed Wood when they get that the big octopus. He has to get in the water and fight the octopus so that he can make the movie. It's Bride of the Atom! Squirrel, he's headed out. He got a nut. He found it right there. There's a second one. It's actually an acorn, which is a form of a lagoon, or however you say it. He's on the other, there he goes, there. See what he does with it. He's used to cars. He's getting kind of squirrely. A squirrel is actually a representation of a prostitute. People don't realize that, but that's what they represent. Hiding in that shade. He wants to eat peas. There he goes. Get in that light, squirrel. Come on. Come on. Yeah, there he goes. Let's go back on this side of the tree trunk right there. Yeah. Anyway, he got in that shade to eat that acorn, but I don't know how I have to go back and look at it in the editor to see if you can even really see the squirrel at all. You can kind of see him though. They're fans of the show. It's usually what they do when they honk. It just means that they're fans of the show. Everybody shows their attention to the show, the Please Subscribe show. It's the biggest show right now on YouTube. But because of certain political aspects of it, they can only censor it so much because it's actually what happens is it's still free floating. It is being censored, but it's free floating because it's actually on because contracts have already been drawn and lawyers have already been called. But it's still floating on YouTube because YouTube's like free press, so you can just post whatever you really want. So it still has a chance, even though the actor studio's trying to shut it down. And Harvey Keitel's calling all his lawyers, getting Quentin Tarantino involved. It's affected Kill Bill 3. But I don't really care. I mean, it's my show, not yours. Right, Bear? Your show, Bear! It's your show, Bear! It's your show! Gina. Thanks. Learn over time improving is that when you get the lines down, you're always improving physically, silently inside. They can't take that away. So your choice words, or what they call the text or the script, is something that you have to say. But physically, you're always improving. So you get to the point where you feel what it's like to improv and how it can recall emotion and things like that. Now, sometimes they will say lines, or they'll say people's names, or they'll say things to get them to where they need to be mentally, physically, and spiritually, emotionally, and all that stuff. And then they just continue that improv, but they substitute it with the actual words that they're saying, which are the words that they want. So the spirit of the improv is always there. And that's pretty much the whole reason for a lot of it. It's to ignite, it's kind of Meisner, is to provoke me to have certain feelings, then to say certain things so that the rhythm and the emotion is there. And then when the lines come, I'll be ready because I'll be in the state of improv. So I'll be doing it physically improv. That's why Johnny Depp never reads the directions, because you can't tell the actor to do every single thing. I gotta get some gas coming up here. But you can't tell them to do every single thing, or you just be there all day. So you gotta let them go and do their own thing. So they'll go off on their improv, but there's certain things they have to say. And there might be a certain way they say it. Now that we're at 1,400, or I'm sorry, no, we're at 1,550 odd edited vlogs or more. Something like that. Something like that. Over 1,550 with 11,000 video posts. You start to understand that this movie star business pretty difficult. One time after watching Meisner in a class, he kind of went like this. Sanford Meisner. I wasn't there in person. Okay. Okay. All right. So I was watching these VHS recordings of Sanford Meisner, because most of it was on VHS or something like that, beta or VHS or some kind of video or something. Some of it was filmed, but it was like a documentary about Sanford Meisner. He said this, he goes, Act 8, Cadna B, Von. Because that's how he talked. And he ate a lot of tuna. Now, they know when a person is lying. So let me ask you something. When that nuclear bomb blows up in your city and melts all your gold, what you gonna do? You're not gonna be able to help then. Now, look at me. Am I lying? Because there's going to be a day when I'm not going to ask anymore. Give me funding now. The palm tree. All these ghosts hanging from a tree and things like that. It looks kind of cool. There's something about it.